Once upon a time, in a world gripped by fear and desperation, there lived a man named Ethan. He found himself in the midst of a devastating pandemic that claimed the lives of countless people. This deadly virus spread rapidly, leaving communities in ruins and families torn apart. Determined to survive, Ethan embarked on a daring journey to escape the clutches of this relentless killer. Ethan lived in a small town that was heavily affected by the virus. The government had declared a state of emergency, imposing strict lockdown measures to contain the outbreak. But Ethan knew that staying in one place would only increase his chances of contracting the virus. He had witnessed the pain and suffering firsthand, losing friends and loved ones to its merciless grip. It was time for him to take matters into his own hands. Armed with a backpack filled with essential supplies, Ethan ventured out into the desolate streets of his town. The once bustling avenues were now eerily quiet, save for the distant sound of sirens and the occasional howl of the wind. Fear clung to the air like a suffocating fog, but Ethan pushed forward, determined to find a safer haven. He had heard rumors of a research facility located deep in the nearby mountains. The facility was said to be conducting experiments to develop a cure for the virus. Though the rumors were unverified, Ethan saw it as his best chance to escape the inevitable fate that awaited him if he stayed in his town. Days turned into weeks as Ethan navigated through treacherous terrain, overcoming various obstacles and evading roving bands of desperate survivors. He encountered abandoned villages and dilapidated structures, each a haunting reminder of the world that once was. Finally, after a grueling journey, Ethan reached the mountains. Towering peaks rose before him, their snow-capped summits glistening in the sunlight. He could feel a glimmer of hope igniting within him. With renewed determination, he began his ascent, clinging to rocks and trudging through snow. As Ethan climbed higher, the air grew thin, and fatigue threatened to overwhelm him. Doubts crept into his mind, but he refused to succumb to them. He was driven by the thought of a future free from the clutches of the deadly virus. After what felt like an eternity, Ethan arrived at the research facility. It stood isolated and foreboding, surrounded by a chain-link fence and guarded by automated security systems. Undeterred, Ethan used his wits and resourcefulness to bypass the security measures and gain entry. Inside, he discovered a group of scientists still working tirelessly to find a cure. They had managed to develop a promising vaccine but lacked the means to distribute it on a large scale. Ethan, driven by his desire to help others, offered his assistance. Together, they devised a plan to manufacture and distribute the vaccine, ensuring that it reached every corner of the world. Months passed, and the tide began to turn. The vaccine proved effective, slowing the spread of the virus and giving hope to the shattered remnants of society. Ethan's bravery and determination had saved countless lives, and he became a symbol of resilience and survival. In the end, Ethan's journey was not just about his personal escape from the virus, but also about finding purpose and making a difference in the face of adversity. He showed that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope, and one person's actions can spark a chain reaction that changes the course of history.